should be good. Okay. Hey everybody. First of all, thank y'all so much for the love I received about that dress. It was definitely a work of art. Matopeda did an amazing job with it, and there were so many questions, and I get super anxious when I have a lot of people asking me questions at the same time. So I was like, I'm gonna make a video and just share it, and hopefully, you know, other people, because I think it's not even so focused around my dress. It's just doing business internationally and what that looked like, especially receiving a product for such a big occasion sight unseen. It's really nerve-wracking, and hopefully I can help you. Okay, so I want to start by when I first communicated. First of all, everything is done through WhatsApp. It's all here. I never even had a conversation with her until well into the dressmaking. So I reached out to her on April the 3rd, and the number that she posts on her page is not actually her. Like, you go through like her business manager first, and then after that, like once you guys decide on a dress, that's when you get to Matopeda. Okay, so I did all that, and it took me a second to figure out which design I was going to go with. What I wore on my wedding day was nothing like what I told her that I wanted to wear. So on, let me see, I know it took a second. No, it actually took a day. It took one day. So the next day is when I was like, okay, I've decided on my design. She gave me the price, and she gave me the information to contact the actual dress designer. So all of this started happening back in April. My wedding was in October. I think they typically say that you need like 8 to 10 months, but she was able to get mine done in about 6 months. Yeah. I'm trying to go through, trying to get to the top of this chain so I can walk y'all through this process and what it was like. She's great, by the way, and I know somebody else was saying that they wanted to have a phone conversation or a video conversation. I had one video call with her throughout this entire process. It's not unusual. That's just her process, and I mean, it worked out for me. Okay. So to get started, you guys decide on the design with the business manager. I'm not sure that person's name. It was just whoever I landed with on the from that WhatsApp. That's who I got in contact with. You decide on a price of the gown, and then you pay your deposit. And for when I was doing my dress, the deposit was 30%. That may change, I'm not sure, but it was 30% deposit. Okay. And then after that, she asked me for pictures, full body pictures of myself, I'm guessing so she could kind of like imagine the body style of whoever's gonna be wearing the dress. So I sent her some Instagram shots, you know, nothing crazy. I didn't take nothing, I just took some pictures off of Instagram. She asked me about my wedding venue and what it was gonna look like. And I kind of told her what it was supposed to look like back then, but keep in mind, a lot of stuff changed. Okay, because initially, I'm gonna put somewhere on this video, like probably like right here, what my initial dress was, and it is gorgeous. It was pink, still the same thing, but it wasn't what I got. Okay, so let me see. We were going to add a train, like a longer train to the dress, to this dress, and that was going to be my wedding gown. And okay, so I put down my deposit. That was just it. And then she sent me a picture to do, well, like a file to do my measurements, the contract, all that. Okay, so this is where it got crazy. She said this dress was going to be ready by the end of July. Okay. No. The fabric will be ready by the end of July. The dress will be ready the first week of September. She was making sure that I wanted the dress in pink. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, the corset. Guys, so it is an option for you to like get the dress and, you know, it just zips up at the back. But if it's a wedding gown, if you're wearing it for your wedding day, I highly recommend the corset. The corset is some extra dollars, but I recommend it. It was worth it to keep everything just like snatched in. It was excellent. Okay, I'm trying to see what happened. Okay, so in May is when I learned that I wasn't going to be having like initially I was supposed to be getting married in like a venue, and it was supposed to be like a seated dinner type deal, and we were just going to get married in the middle. Scrap that whole idea. We ended up doing just like a traditional church. We did it at my dad's church, and then we did the reception at a different venue. So because we did it at a church, I wanted more of a grand entrance. My plan was to get the dress, like the pink dress that y'all just saw, and put a skirt around it. That was all I wanted to do. I knew I wanted a ball gown. If I was going to be in a church, I wanted a ball gown, but I still really liked the pink dress. So I was like, just put a skirt around it. And then, yeah, I think, okay, so by June, she was done with me because I was sending her so many pictures, like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And then by that time, she was like, you trying to do something completely different than what we agreed to. And I was like, okay, yeah, but I could tell she was losing patience with me, but that's fair because I can be really annoying when I kind of like, when my brain gets to turning and I start getting creative and I expect other people to understand what's in my brain. It's really frustrating, I get it. Okay, so then at this point in June, she was telling me to just go ahead and pick something I already did, like pick one of these white dresses and call it a day. She was really trying to be done with me. But we ended up getting together. Oh wait, so around this time in June, she actually sent me a voice note. This was the first time I actually heard her voice, and this is because we weren't really agreeing on the idea of the dress. So after the voice notes, I think it still wasn't perfect, but we were just like, okay, we kind of on the same page a little bit. So let me see. Because I want to remind y'all, she actually finished the dress that I talked about. Like the fabric was done. I'm just trying to figure out okay. By August the 2nd, in August, she had finished the fabric for my first design. And she sent it to me and she was just telling me to pick the fabric. This was in August, y'all. And August 3rd, we end up getting on a video call. That was our first time like having a conversation. We sent like 1 or 2, maybe 3 voice notes back and forth in July, but August the 3rd was our first time having a video. And we talked, and it was just like an instant connection. And I think she knew that the dress that we had initially worked on, like all those months, it just wasn't even the vibe anymore. So we were talking, we were bouncing ideas off each other, we were sending each other inspiration, and she was just like, okay, she told me to trust her, that she was gonna come up with something completely different, but it was going to match my idea. Whew, yeah, so this is August. My wedding is in October. August 3rd, she tells me to trust her. She's going to scrap the entire design, the dress that she had already worked on. She said we weren't going to do that and we were going to do something else. Okay. When did I start? She sent me a drawing, and all this is in August. She sent me a drawing. Then we started going over makeup and hair, because by that time we had just really gotten into the process, and she was like, I need to know what your makeup is gonna look like. I need to know what your hair is gonna be like. Keep in mind, nothing that I wouldn't say nothing that I wanted, but nothing that I planned actually worked, because the headpiece that I got that from, I think it's Sue Rainer Bridal. The headpiece was too big. Like, I wanted like some pieces coming down, and actually Kim Kardashian was my inspiration. I'll post that picture too. Like the makeup and hair look is what I wanted for my wedding day, but my headpiece was too big, and I actually got that from a friend of mine. She sold me hers. So yeah, I ended up just wearing my hair in a ponytail. My wedding day. It was a really pretty ponytail, but it was just in a ponytail. Okay, so in August 22nd, she started working on the fabric, and it was really pretty. I can even send y'all, I can post this. I want to show y'all kind of like what the process is. This is what it started like, and this is what we, no, you can't really tell. I'm gonna upload this video, and it was gorgeous. It was very blingy, but it was not pink enough. So I was like, all right, we need to add some more pink and add some more bling. This was August. So August 26th is when she finished the like actual beading on the outside. Like that beading, that's what she finished that. August 30th is when I picked the fabric, and that's when I picked the pink to go under the dress. So it's more like a blush. I won't say pink. I really wanted y'all to to think it was pink. To me, it was pink. I want to say I wish it was pinker, but I know if it had been like a deeper hue, it probably would have been more distracting from the dress. It was perfect, to be honest with you. I don't have any issues. Okay, so on September the 5th is when I told her that I wanted she knew, but we hadn't even gone over the skirt yet. So on September the 5th is when I sent her the picture of the big skirt that I wanted. September the 8th, she was finished. She was finished with my dress September the 8th, now that I think about it. Like the bodice of the dress, that was done on the 8th. September 10th, she was working on she started working on the skirt, and the skirt was huge. Okay, sorry, so September the 30th is when she finished the dress. Let me see when it was shipped. Oh, and the dress came with a veil. I would say that. Well, the plain veil came with it for free. If you wanted to add any jewels or something like that, that's extra. But my dress already had so much going on, plus the headpiece, I felt like I didn't need it. Let me see. When did I receive my dress? I got the dress on, I tried the dress on October 13th. My wedding was October 22nd. So October 13th was my first time seeing the dress, trying the dress on. And did it fit? Yes, it fit for the most part. I still had to take it in. I had lost a lot of weight leading up to my wedding. Like I lost around 10, close to 15 pounds just in the 6 weeks leading up to my wedding. So I had to get it taken in some places, like my arms. But then I also had to get it let out. I had to get it let out like around my hips area. So I worked my seamstress overtime. She was a local friend of the family, and she did so good with the dress. It was, she did phenomenal work. She ended up having to like pull some of the fabric from the bottom of the dress into the top of the dress so that it can like actually zip, because my dress didn't zip. It didn't zip all the way. My wedding was that Saturday. The first time it zipped all the way was that Thursday. Y'all, stress. Okay, was the dress heavy? Absolutely. The package itself was like 20 pounds. Like when it got shipped over, it was like a 20-pound box. It was super heavy. It was heavy all day. Yes, it was very well made. The quality, guys, it's just, it was outrageous. I just can't even explain to you how she pulled that thing together. It was crazy. So like typically I try to be modest when somebody gives me a compliment. I just have to say, yeah, I know. Like, thank you. Yes, the dress was that girl, just 100%. What else did y'all ask me? And I know what y'all want to know, that the final question, and I'm gonna say that for last because y'all about to knock me across the head. It was so good, guys. I don't know. It's one of those situations where I was so pleased, and I I didn't even compare my dress to anybody else's dress because it was so mine. Like when something is completely for you, it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. Like there were so many weddings, like before mine and after mine. Toya's dress, well, she got married like the week before I did, and I was like, that's a real nice dress, but it ain't mine. And it was, I just felt so confident and secure in what I had going on. Yeah. If you're thinking about working with Matopeda, is it Atelier? I'm showing my ignorance right now. Do it. She's gifted. She's a blessed woman. She's a very Christian woman, so expect that. She probably is going to pray over every dress that she touches, every piece of thread. I recommend her 1,000 times over. Like, I can't even hold you. So if you're thinking about it, go ahead and do it. Work with her. She's the bomb. Yeah, and y'all really trying to buy my dress, rent my dress. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. You know, before I got my dress in my hand, I was always saying like, I'm gonna try to sell my dress, or I'm gonna, you know, whatever, put it on Poshmark. You know, I don't know anymore. As of today, I still kind of want to hold on to my dress just for a little while. Maybe ask me in a couple months. Maybe I will, if I decide to sell my dress, I will let y'all know. But right now, it's so new that I just kind of want to hold on to it for a little while. I thought about the renting option, but I'm scared y'all gonna run off on my dress and I'll never see it again. So there would have to be some serious contracts and some serious deposits if y'all was talking about renting this dress. But yeah, that's all. I think I answered all the questions about my dressmaking process. It was tough. Like I did not physically touch my dress until October 13th, and my wedding was on the 22nd. If you can't handle that, if you can't handle releasing control, because there will be weeks, almost like over a month, where I didn't hear from her, and she was doing my wedding dress. Yeah, I probably don't recommend it. I was frustrated for like the summertime. I was pissed because I was like, this is my wedding's coming up. I haven't seen nothing. I haven't heard any like updates. I mean, but she's also doing like weddings every week. So probably like when it gets like 2 months out, you'll probably start hearing from her. If you need that level of control, I wouldn't recommend it. Just go to a bridal shop and get it done. But if you're looking for something custom and it's gonna work for you, and somebody that can bring your vision, not even bring your vision to reality, but for somebody to understand, kind of capture the essence of who you are and come up with a vision for you, I highly recommend it. I think that's it. Let me know if there are any other questions. I'll probably make a follow-up video about the rest of the wedding, because I've also had questions, and that's mostly for like my Alabama people that were questioning my vendors. I recommend all my vendors except one. And this is a Selma vendor, so, and it's not that, just do what you want to do, but that's the only one I would not recommend. But I will make a follow-up video.